Hello, I'm Jason Harrington, your air chemist over here at Restek's Innovations Department. And today I want to talk to you about our Veriflo flow controllers. Specifically, I want to show you how we calibrate our flow controller and then use the flow controller to collect an 8-hour field sample. So first we need to start off with a cleaned and fully assembled flow controller. Now for today's example, I chose a flow controller which has a critical orifice that has a 0.02 of an inch constriction. This critical orifice will allow me to have a flow rate of anywhere from 8 to 15 mils per minute, which will be perfect for an 8-hour sample. Next, in order to calibrate our flow controller, we need a vacuum source. Now for today's example, I've chosen to use a cleaned and evacuated 6-liter canister. In the lab, I usually use a roughing pump as my vacuum source. So the first step in calibrating our flow controller is to attach our flow controller to our vacuum source. So I'll fix the flow controller to my evacuated 6-liter canister. Next, I need a primary flow meter to act as my calibrant. Here at Restek, we recently started offering the AliCat flow meters. Today I have a portable battery powered unit which is capable of going from 0.25 mils per minute up to 50 mils per minute. So I'm going to attach my AliCat flow meter to the candy cane on the end of my flow controller. Now that I have my primary flow meter hooked up to my flow controller to a vacuum source, we can go ahead and crack open the valve on this canister. See I have 30 inches of mercury, and this is now initiated flow into the flow controller. Next I'm going to remove the back plate from my flow controller, thereby gaining me access to the adjustment piston. Now, right now my primary flow meter is reading about 8.5 mils per minute. I want 10.5 mils per minute for a 8-hour sample on this 6-liter canister. So I'm going to turn the adjustment piston counterclockwise, thereby increasing the flow. Obviously, if I want to decrease the flow, we turn the adjustment piston clockwise. So I'm going to turn this adjustment piston counterclockwise until I get to 10.5 mils per minute. Alright, right there my AliCat flow meter indicates I have 10.5 mils per minute of flow into this flow controller. So we can go ahead and close the valve on this canister, thereby stopping the flow to the flow controller. Put my back plate on the flow controller. And remove my primary flow meter from the flow controller. I now have a calibrated flow controller which is set for 10.5 mils per minute, which will enable me to collect an 8-hour sample into a 6-liter canister. Now one of the things I want to talk to you about is the fact that I just used this canister to calibrate this flow controller, and during that process I've sampled into this canister. So I should be aware of that if I plan to use this canister for my actual field sample. Now for a field sample, it's as simple as cracking open the valve, and the sample has begun. At that time, I'll usually want to record my starting vacuum, which is about 30 inches of mercury, and then the starting time. And for this sample, I'll come back in 8 hours. Alright, so it's been 8 hours and I've returned to my field sample. As you can tell, I got about 5 inches of mercury, which is just perfect for the 8-hour sample on this 6-liter canister. At this point in time, if I want to verify my flow rate, it would be an excellent time to go ahead and use the primary flow meter again to verify the flows. If not, at a minimum, I want to record my ending vacuum and then my ending time, and simply shut off the valve to the canister, thereby stopping the flow. I'm going to remove my flow controller from the canister, cap off the canister, and then I'm going to package up my canister and ship it back to the laboratory for analysis. And that's it. That's how you go about calibrating our Veriflo flow controller and using the flow controller to collect a field sample. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at jason.harrington@restek.com or check us out at restek.com/air.